Hello, and welcome to DolphAeon's End, the stream where Lude learns Aeon's End. Brought to you by Handelabra. Handelabra believes in civil rights for everyone and in being as inclusive as possible, so any comments or activity actively working against that goal are not welcome and will not be tolerated. You can follow us at Handelabra Games on Twitch and Handelabra on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. You can follow me personally at LudeDolphin21 on Twitter, and on Twitch and YouTube it's just LudeDolphin, no digits. Sentinels of the Multiverse, One Deck Dungeon, Bottom of the Ninth, and Aeon's End are available on Steam. I believe the first three are on iOS and Android devices. I don't think Aeon's End is on tablet yet. It says tablet launch info soon to come. But hey, most of the games are available on all three devices. You can get the games and the info at handelabra.com. And hello, Team Orchid, and welcome to Lude Learns. So, if you saw me learn how to play One Deck Dungeon, you saw what it's like when I learn a game. That is a bunch of consonants, DFM. I'm going to call you DFM. DFM, hello, welcome. We're going to learn Aeon's End. I have vaguely watched some of these streams that Handelabra has produced. I don't really know the game that well, though, so it's going to be kind of me going in blind. So there's certainly... Whoops, I hit something. I hit new game and it says play tutorial. So yeah, Gravehold needs your help. The tutorial will explain how to play Aeon's End and how it works differently from other deck building games you may have played. Brahma has volunteered to be your guide, help save Gravehold from the threat of Rageborne. Yeah, might as well hit play tutorial. This is me getting right into the game. Greetings, traveler. My name is Brahma and I am a Breach Mage Elder. I wish we were meeting in happier times, but here we are. You must help us save Gravehold from the evil nemesis, Rageborne. I will help you guide two young mages, Jian and Mist. Your goal is to defeat the nemesis and protect Gravehold at all costs. In the chaos of battle, anything can happen. Look to the top of the screen to see whose turn will next occur. The fates have ordained that Mist will begin the fight. She is a dagger captain with a fierce spirit. If you're ever not sure what to do, look for my help in the bottom right. I understand barely anything, so I can't really help. Yeah, me neither. I can't help. I don't know what I'm doing. Your hand is at the bottom of the screen. Play the gems to gain ether, so you can gain more powerful cards from the supply in the top right. Okay, here we are. Now I just want to check a few things. Yeah, the how to play button, I was actually going to hit this first and read through this, but I jumped right into the game. But like One Deck Dungeon, when you click this, it seems to take you to the page in the manual that is most relevant to what you're doing right now. Mage turn, main phase. The following 8 actions can be done in any order, any number of times during your main phase. When you're finished taking actions, click the End Turn button. For example, you could play a gem, gain a card, prep a spell, play another gem card, and gain another card. So, these are the 5 things down here. So, we were told to play gems, or was it gems or was it ether? Gain ether. I'm assuming it was play gems to gain ether. Yeah, play gems, gain ether. That's part 1 here. Play a gem or relic card. To play a gem or relic card, either click on it or drag it to your play area. When you play a card, all of the text on the card is executed if possible. If there is an or after the card is played, click to choose one of the options listed. If you can only complete one of the 2 options, that option is chosen automatically. You may gain ether even if you choose not to spend it. Any ether gained on a turn that is not spent is lost. The ether does not accumulate over turns, nor can it be transferred between mages. Click the Play All Gems button to play all your gems from highest cost to lowest cost. At the end of your turn, click or drag the gem or relic cards you played to discard them in any order. Hey, Licky. So that's playing a card, and I assume if this game is like Dominion, that when you play a card, it's not that it's lost forever, it's just goes into your discard. Gain a card. To gain a card from the supply, click on the desired card from the supply area in the top right corner. You can also drag a card to your discard pile. If a card can be gained to another location such as your deck, drag it to the location you prefer. Gaining a card costs ether. Your current ether is shown to the right of your breeches. The cost of the card is shown in the upper right-hand corner of the card. When you gain a card, it is immediately placed on top of your discard pile. A lot of things are like Dominion. Like Sentinels? I'm kidding. Not discarding your hand and not shuffling your discard pile thing. I am aware of the not shuffling the discard. Gain a charge. Click on your charge ability button to pay 2 ether and gain a charge. You may not pay ether to gain charges for other breach mages. You may not have more charges than your ability requires. The maximum charges are denoted by the number of available spaces, 4, 5, or 6. When your charge ability button contains maximum charges, your mage's ability is ready to use. Click on your charge ability button to use your mage's ability. So, I assume that, yep, that's the charge right here. Activate during your main phase. Any ally draws 4 cards, and I presume that it's unique to the mage in question. Yeah, no actions, no buy limits based on what I'm seeing. Like this is what would be the buy phase in the upper right, except we can do it at any time. We could play the gems at any time. So ether is used to buy cards. Is also used to charge this, if I'm reading that correctly. I'm gonna bounce back and forth so I can see what they're saying here. And yeah, that was the same icon. Focus a breach. You can focus a closed breach by clicking the button under the breach to pay the focus cost. You may prep a spell to a breach that has been focused this turn. Breaches may be focused any number of times per turn. Any number of breaches may be focused per turn. You may focus a breach without prepping a spell to it. A breach that is almost ready to open, that is, it has an open button but not a focus button, can be opened by an effect that would otherwise focus the breach. That's a lot of words that I don't know about. But see, focus, 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 open, open, open. That's an open breach. That's a closed breach, closed breach, closed breach. And when these open, +1 damage. Cool. The tutorial does a good job of explaining the game. Might be better to defer to the rules after the tutorial covers. Okay, that's fair. I kind of just wanted to see how the phase goes, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff in here, and I don't know these effects immediately, so it might not be too useful. Hey, I was right. Those are charges. Ha 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 ha. And then I saw the breaches. Cool. So at least I figured those out. I feel good. I'm learning almost nothing. Or not nothing, but I know vocab. Except I don't know what the vocab means, but I know vocab. Okay, click or drag gem cards to your play area to gain ether. Will need as much as possible. So this is where I would click a button that says play all gems, but I guess I might as well just play any. These are all my gems. So this is what, just gain 1 ether, gain 1 ether, gain 1 ether, gain 1 ether, or cast any player's prepped spell, which I guess, since we've not charged, it's not going to do anything. But ether, 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 ether. Great work. Now you can gain cards from the supply at the top right. With 4 ether, you can afford either 2 jades or 1 diamond cluster. The choice is yours. What if I don't want them? I'm kidding. Jade costs 2 ether, and it gives me a card that says gain 2 ether. Or diamond cluster, gain 2 ether. If this is the second time you have played diamond cluster this turn, gain an additional 2 ether. Which requires me to have multiple of these cards in order to gain an appreciable effect. Because otherwise it is a jade, but more expensive. I could buy 2 jades and then I'll have richer gems. Or I could buy 1 diamond cluster and hope to get more diamond clusters later. But if I don't discard my hand, it's not like it's a waste. If I have a diamond cluster in hand, I can just wait until I get a second one and then play both, right? But I'm going to buy 2 jades because that seems simpler. You're making excellent progress. There's 1 card left in your hand and it's a spell. Spells are our best weapons against the nemesis. Prep the spell into your open breach. Aha! Spark. Deal 1 damage. So when I play... Oh, I play that there. That's all Mystic can do for now. Already you've improved your deck and prepared for attack. Let's end the turn by discarding and drawing cards. At the end of your turn, you discard your played gems and relics, then draw up to 5 cards. Draw up to 5 cards. Does that mean that if I don't discard a card from my hand, then I can only draw 4 cards? Or does that mean I can choose to draw as many cards as I want? Or... Can I draw up to 5, so I would draw keep my hand and draw 5 more cards? Or could I draw fewer cards? I don't know. I don't know. This could mean several things. But let's not worry about that yet. Now let's see whose turn is next. It is as I feared. Rageborne is about to attack. The top card of the Nemesis deck is drawn. Unleash. Gravehold suffers 3 damage. Rageborne played an attack card, so it took effect immediately. Unleash adds a Fury token. That's bad, but we can worry about that later. Gravehold suffered 3 damage and is now at 32 life. As you can see at the top of the screen, we must fight back. I do remember from a description that John gave that, or maybe it was Jeremy, that this is the Aeon's End, like Sentinels, is an environment-based game, but in this game you need to protect the environment. Jian is young, it is true. She was made an orphan by the Nameless, but a great power lies within. As with Mist, we must play gems to gain ether, gain more cards, and prepare spells for damage. You may do so in any order you wish. So let's see. So that was Mist's turn, then Nemesis' turn, then Jian. And that was this. Slaughter, Unleash, Gravehold suffers 3 damage. So that added a Rage, which does something. Or was it a Fury? I don't know. Fury's at 2. That means something. And then there's icons there. That means something. Oh yeah, here's Mist, who has Spark. Okay, and that makes that bigger. Cool. And I can see what her hand is right now. 2 sparks. Crystal, crystal, crystal. Cool. You didn't notice that Jian is a girl. Well, I mean, I wasn't sure either. I was a bit ambiguous just looking at her. Gravehold has different HP values based on the Nemesis. So we were at 35, now it's down to 32, and I assume that this is the Nemesis HP, which, I don't know why that is now black. But it goes away when I click something else, so okay. We have 2 breaches opened. Oh, it's based on difficulty. Aha, we're on easy. Ha ha ha. One's open, +1 damage, +1. Okay, cool. So it wants me to play things, right? Moonstone Shard, gain 1 ether, gain an additional ether that can only be used to gain a gem. Okay. So, and these don't cost any ether. So I presume that I would, since they don't cost ether, might as well do that. Play these. Now I have 3 gems and 1 that is only for ether, and I guess that icon means, or not ether, gems. And just like before, wait, can I can't buy that. Not sure why I can't buy that. Maybe it has something to do with the outline of the card. Because it looks like to me it costs 3 ether. Also, I can't buy this. Or maybe it's just because the tutorial forces me to buy these things. Oh, it just wants me to buy gems. Well, fine then. I will buy another 2 of these things, which we only have 5 more in the supply, so I guess, what am I doing? Oh, click it. That's what I have to do. You are a quick study indeed. We are halfway through the first round. Each of Rageborne, Jian, and Mist will get another turn. It is Jian's turn again right away. As you can see, such things can happen in the chaos of battle. Be careful, as that can happen with the Nemesis too. Now your spells are ready to cast. Send them from the breaches to your enemy. Drag a spell from the breach to an enemy to cast it. Boom. Boom. Yeah. The Nemesis has been dealt 2 damage. It is now at 58 life. As you can see at the top of the screen, we must keep the heat on Rageborne. Prep your spells, play your gems, and this time gain a more powerful spell. Oh. Jian's unique card. Is that what this is? Cast any player's prepped spell without discarding it, then cast that prepped spell again. Discard it afterward. I assume that's what that is. And now it wants me to gain the spectral echo. So I guess it's forcibly having me buy things. Yeah, now I can't buy Jade, but now I can buy spectral echo. Oh. This is Jade's unique card, is what you're saying. And I do see Jade on it. Like many children of Gravehold, Jian was left an orphan, stricken silent by the very thing that took her father's light. Her. Her. Okay, so cool. So these people have unique cards. So I assume this was Mists. Hey, cat dreaming. All right, so gain a spectral echo spell and prep your sparks by clicking or dragging. So, okay, so breaches, we put a spell in there, but it takes, what, 1 turn to activate? Okay, so it wants me to buy that, so I have to buy that. And it wants me to prep my sparks, so there. At the end of this turn, your deck was empty, so the discard pile is flipped over and becomes your deck. There's no shuffling. Now you've drawn the first new gem card you gained from the supply. Bleed static. Power 3. Power 3. Oh. But in 3 more Nemesis turns, its effect will occur. Beware. Can I read what that card was? The player with the most... Can I read this now? No. Mist spell is ready to cast. Aim true and send fire and fury against the nameless. But first, I'm going to read this card. The player with the most prepped spells suffers 2 damage for each of their prepped spells. Okay. I see how this works. So you don't always want to prep spells in case things like this happen. 3 turns from now. Or 3 Nemesis turns from now, rather. Wow, this turn order is oddly symmetric. Mist, Nemesis, Jian, Nemesis, Mist. Park to Sparks. Okay, deal damage. Click and drag. There we go. Mist has 2 spells in hand, but only 1 open breach. Spells can also be prepped into breaches focused to this turn. Focus your 3rd breach by paying the ether cost, then prep a spark into it. Okay. Focus your 3rd breach. Oh, because, okay. So it doesn't go left to right. These are, okay. Oh wait, why would I? Because it says once opened. But presumably I'm focusing. That doesn't... Alright, okay. I think I have an idea on what vocab words mean. But I want to double check that I'm... Can I not click this right button because this thing's in the way? Wow. Wow. That's annoying. The right arrow can't be clicked because the tutorial is in the way. Ah! Okay, it says focus your 3rd breach. Okay, so play gems, focus this guy. So it's not opened, but I have focused it. Now I can prep or put that in there. I can't put that in there though. But okay. Now the power card is counted down to 2. It will take effect in 2 more Nemesis turns. Next, the Nemesis draws another card. Provoker, persistent. Gravehold suffers damage equal to the number of Fury tokens Rageborne has. An evil minion has occurred. It does nothing this turn, but its persistent effect will occur on every Nemesis turn until you destroy it. Oh boy! Minions! Oh boy! Now there is more than 1 target for your spells. You can damage either the minion or the Nemesis, or you can leave spells in open breaches cast on a later turn. Keep in mind any spells in hand you want to prep. Yeah, I have no spells. Okay, so this has 5 HP. I assume. I don't know what this one means. Nearly wasted a freshly forged chopper on one of these things. They have no eyes. That's creepy. That's really creepy. That's exceptionally creepy. Extraordinarily creepy. Okay, this does 1 damage. This does 1 damage. This is doing 2 damage each time this goes off. So this can go off 16 times until Fury builds up, at which point it does more damage per turn. Is it worth attacking? So do the spells have to be cast first, or is it just a tutorial thing? Casting phase, okay. So it is a casting phase, okay. Gotcha. Aha! Casting phase, main phase, draw phase. Got it. Persistent means it happens every Nemesis turn. So it's like an ongoing effect. Okay, well, you know, my Sentinels experience tells me that, you know, there's going to be many of these minions over the course of the game, and focusing my fire on all the mini targets is a waste. Unless I can, like, deal with it efficiently, which I currently can't do. On the other hand, 57 HP is a lot. I'm just going to attack this. Cool. I have drawn a stronger source of ether. I can continue to grow my powers. There's only a little more I can teach you, as you must learn by doing. Play your gems, spend your ether, and prep your spells as you wish. It's actually not quite right. Taking out minions can be quite beneficial. Yeah. I mean, this effect builds up, right? But like, I don't know. I'm thinking of like vengeance games where there's a million minions, and it's like you could certainly take down 1 or 2, but if you could take out the big guy, you might as well do it. Okay, well, I only have gems, so I am forcibly playing gems. So gem. Actually, no, hold on. I don't have to play gems, right? Let's play those 2 though, because they clog up my hand. Because I can end my turn and not discard my hand, right? So let's see. So there's only 3 more of these in the supply. It's better to play them all out. Okay. Burning Opal. Gain 3 ether. You may discard a card in hand. If you do, any ally draws a card. Focusing Orb. Focus any player's breach or destroy this. Gravehold gains 3 life. Oh. But it's a destroy. But focus any player's breach for free! Gain 1 charge. Any ally gains 1 charge. And charging is what lets us get this effect. Except, yeah. Alright, let's look at the spells. Spectral Echo, deal 3 damage. You may destroy a card in hand. Did I say 3? I meant 2. Essence Thief, deal 3 damage. You may discard a card in hand. If you do, any player gains 1 life. Oh ho ho ho. Planar Insight, deal 2 damage. Deal 1 additional damage for each of your opened breaches. Oh ho ho ho. Wildfire Whip. While prepped during your main phase, you may spend 2 ether to cast any player's prepped spell, deal 4 damage. Oh, cool. Okay, so my Dominion experience tells me that trying to get relics and spells... I don't really know what makes a relic. I guess a relic is a card you play... So I guess like gem and spell are the main words, and then relic is just a card that has an effect, is my guess, although gems also have effects. I assume. I would love to be able to figure it out, but I can't actually click the right button here. Okay. So everyone's all like, hey, you should buy gems or play gems. Sure. Okay, but now we have 8 gems. We can actually afford 2 of these diamond clusters. I'll buy 2. I believe you are ready to learn about an important strategic element. At the end of your turn, you discard your played gems and relics. Choose the order wisely. Since your discard becomes your deck and is not shuffled, you can plan your future turns if you are careful. Yeah, so I do this and then I turn it face up or face down, which means what? That the spark and the spark and the diamond cluster and the diamond cluster are my first 4 cards drawn. Right? Right? Some mages might buy a 3-cost relic. I don't know what cost is. Bottom card is drawn first. Okay, yeah, I got that right. Wait. Bottom card of your current deck. Then the 4 cards in your discard right now. Oh, is this... I'm getting myself confused. This is what I'm going to draw next, is this spark. Spark, spark, echo. Okay. 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 And if this were to become my deck immediately, then the first card drawn would be spark. Right? I mean, ignore the other cards that are being discarded and the fact that there's more cards. Next hand after that will be crystal, spark, spark, diamond, diamond. Okay. Okay, so basically because... Okay, so I know for a fact that I'm drawing these 5 cards. And I know for a fact I'm going to draw this, and then my discard goes in, and then I get these 5 cards. So it's actually consistent between the deck and the discard pile, because while it says bottom card, top card here, it says top card, bottom card, but that's because when it becomes the deck, you know, it makes sense. Okay, so I know my next turn I'm getting 2 sparks, a spectral echo, and then 2 crystals. So I'm gonna have 2 ether. I'm gonna deal 2 damage. I'll have 2 sparks I can cast. Or, well, actually no, this is another spell. So actually, I'm not necessarily gonna play the sparks, but I do have 2 ether there, which doesn't really do me too good. But here I have an ether and 2 sparks and then 2 diamond clusters. And that's going to give me 2 ether and then 2 ether and an additional 2 ether. So that's 6 plus 1 is 7. Yay! So yeah, actually this order doesn't matter because we're drawing all the cards. All of these cards will be drawn. Oh yeah, and as the result of how diamond clusters work, if I discard them at the same time, I will kind of draw them at the same. Oh, you draw to your hand size. Oh, okay. So that does change things. Okay. Well, okay. 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 Well. I'm just gonna do the richest. Because I don't know. I'll figure it out later. One of your spells is in a closed breach. You're able to prep it there because it was focused that turn, but now you must cast it. It may not be left there, like spells in open breaches. Must be cast. All right, let's get rid of this guy. And by rid, I mean not really rid. There's one more thing you can spend ether on. Charges for your ability. Each charge costs 2 ether, and when fully charged, you can use your ability. Hover over the circular charge button to see what your ability does. Well, I saw this before. Activate during your main phase. Any ally draws 4 cards. Okay. So gem. Gain 1 ether or cast any player's prepped spell. Now this is going to give me a choice. No, it didn't. Because I didn't have anything prepped. Just kidding. Okay, so 7 ether, and I forgot that we have these things. If I open this, then this is permanently opened. It's expensive, but then I don't have to focus in the future. And I can't open both of these. If I open this one, it says +1 damage, which is good, right? Right? Plus damage. But I need to have spells to put in there, which my next 5 cards has 1 spark and 4 gems. And by gems, I mean the crystals. Let's see, we have 7, so I could buy anything here. But Burning Opal is 3. Or get diamond clusters. Yeah. Well, the problem is I only have 7 and this costs 4, and I kind of... I mean, it's basically, this is a silver and this is a gold. And you want to buy all the golds you can before you start buying the provinces, right? Right? We don't have any other spells other than the sparks. But we don't want to club our deck with sparks, or not sparks, spells. We want to be able to buy things. So let me buy a Burning Opal. Because 3 is greater than 1, right? And then I'll buy a silver. I mean, sorry, jade. I should not use terminology from other games. That's going to remind me of this guy who tried to like describe Sentinel's strategy using magic terminology. Okay, so I'm drawing these 5 cards. So we'll have 1 spell. I'll definitely play all my cards. I'm gonna draw a Spark, Burning Opal, and Jade. So I will have 5 ether and 2 spells. So I don't want to get a 3rd spell, because I can't cast more than 1 unless I was able to afford to. I mean, I guess I could technically focus 2 of those and then, but then at that point, or no, I could focus the 2 and then cast the 3rd spell, I guess. But, or no, never mind, this is a gem. I keep thinking it's a spell. It's not, it's a gem. Okay, so... See, here's a decision that will actually make some sense to me. So I will have 5. Do I want to... I can't afford 2 diamond clusters still. This is like 2 turns from now anyway, but I would still not be able to afford 2 diamond clusters. But I would certainly get more if I did a jade. And then I could do another Burning Opal and jade. Now, there's not as many jades in the supply as there are silvers. So they're not really silvers. But let's put a jade in there, and then the rest should not matter. Now the power card has counted down to 1. It will take effect on the next Nemesis turn. Next, the Nemesis draws another card. To discard 3 cards in hand. Power 2, unleash. Any player suffers 4 damage. Oh, to discard means you can get rid of it. First, let's see whose turn is next. Last turn, the Nemesis played another power card. This one has a 2 discard section. On your turn, you can do what the card says. To get rid of the power card, it's often wise to do so. Discard 3 cards in hand, or in 2 turns, 2 Nemesis turns, unleash. Any player suffers 4 damage. That's a third of our HP. And I assume unleash means that 2 damage is done. Because... No, never mind. Gravehold suffers 3 damage. So I guess unleash means add to the fury. So in 2 Nemesis turns, 1 fury is added and players suffer 4 damage. Okay. So if I discard 3 cards, oh, this is missed. Because Jian, what, doesn't necessarily have enough plays, right? And she also only has 2 ether in hand. But she can't cast all of these spells and she can't focus for the 3rd anyway. So it might be better to wait until the next turn, which is guaranteed to be a Jian turn. Or a Jian. Jian. So I'm not going to do that with Mist. So gem. Put the spell there. I have 4. Spell, gem. We had set that up to buy the 5 and the 2. I think I'm gonna buy a focusing orb. Maybe. Well, the focusing orb, focus any player's breach. We'd basically want to do that if we had spells, but we don't really have that many spells because our deck's starting to get loaded with gems. So maybe I don't want to do that. Maybe I want to get a spell, but then my deck will be bloated with spells. Deck balancing. I was never good at this in Dominion. Let's see. How many spells are in my deck? We have 2 spells. 2 spells. And we're going to draw 2 of them on the next turn. Maybe I just want to open this, and then I will have that open. It's only 3. And then I'd be able to cast the 2 spells. Oh yeah, charges. Or in rare cases, flood your deck with spells. Yeah, yeah, that's right. Because we can charge. I'm gonna open this because I want to. I'm done. Now you're ready to defend Gravehold. I will be here with more information when certain things come up. Also, you can click the help button in the bottom right to learn more if needed. Win the game by reducing Rageborne to 0 life or by emptying its deck and having no Nemesis cards left in play. However, if Gravehold ever reaches 0 life or all mages reach 0 life, shown in their red tier icon, you will lose the game. So now I can click this. I can click this now. Oh my gosh, I can click the right arrow. Woo! Okay. I don't know what I'm looking for. I was trying to look for a word earlier. Oh yeah, I was trying to see the different, like what happens if you open, and I'm guessing that open means it's permanently open versus focus means it's temporarily available. Reference, I think, although I guess I was literally just right there. There are 3 types of player cards. Gems give you ether. Relics have a variety of useful instantaneous effects. Spells must be prepped to a breach before you can cast them. Okay. Once the breach is opened, it remains open for the rest of the game. This only time the spells can be prepped to a closed breach is during the turn in which that breach was focused. Okay. Got it. Their mat. Oh, hey, let's look at their mat. Unleash. Rageborne gains 1 Fury token. Okay, so that's the Unleash rule, I guess, is what that... So, okay. Increased difficulty, otherwise known as Advanced. Rules. After Rageborne strikes, it loses 1 Fury token instead of 3. Additional rules. When Rageborne strikes, the following is resolved in order. A card is drawn from the strike deck and resolved. That card is shuffled back into the strike deck. Rageborne loses 3 Fury tokens. At the end of the Nemesis turn, if Rageborne has 4 or more Fury tokens, it strikes once. Okay. So strike is defined there. If there are 4 Fury tokens, we strike. A strike is... A card is drawn from the strike deck and resolved. So what's the strike deck? The strike deck is here. The players collectively discard the 2 most expensive prep spells. This is order not as shown. Gravehold suffers 3 damage. Any player suffers 1 damage. The player with the most open breaches suffers 3 damage. The player with the lowest life suffers 2 damage. Gravehold suffers 5 damage. Any player suffers 4 damage. Okay. And... that card is shuffled back into the strike deck, and Rageborne loses 3 Fury tokens. So that's just so these cards are not necessarily played directly; they're just played and shuffled back, or at least for Rageborne it is. So when Fury goes to 4, then he strikes, and then he loses 3 Fury tokens. So on standard mode, he goes down to 1, or, well, X minus 3, where X is his current Fury. On advanced difficulty, or increased, I should say, it loses 1 instead of 3, so he strikes more often. Got it. Okay, so we were going to have you discard. Because you only have 2 spells open, and you could only afford a Jade with what you currently have. So when I discard, it affects the turn. It affects the yeah. Because if I just discard the 3, so so I'm gonna draw Crystal. Spark, Diamond Cluster. Okay, so that will give me 2, 4, 6, 7 Ether. Then I will have Jade, Shard, Crystal. So actually, it doesn't really matter how I discard these currently, unless I focus here or something. Oh yeah, and also that's why you're saying parking. Okay. 2 damage for each of their prep spells. So maybe I could just discard my spells and not do things this turn. Although, might also want to take down that minion, though. But although I can't do that right now anyway. Yeah. So let's discard everything but one of the things. So that card's gone now. Yay! What does this button mean? Oh, I guess that's undo. This was destroy cards. Out of game. Yeah, that's undo. Cool. So let's do that again. Actually, is there, I guess other than like, yeah. I'll just put it there. It affects deck order, but I'm just gonna play that, and my gem does not do me anything, but if I hold on to it, then I don't draw. I would only draw 4 cards. I'm gonna play it to get rid of it. Jian suffers damage. Oh no! Oh, I see. Here's a choice. Oh, we're tied. Let's give it to the Jian. Rageborne strikes. Okay, so that is a strike. Gravehold suffers 3 damage. Any player suffers 1 damage. Let's give out to Mist. Spread the damage around. In Rageborne strikes, a special card is played from the strike deck, and Rageborne loses 3 Fury tokens. This can happen directly from a card Or if Rageborne has 4 or more Fury tokens at the end of the Nemesis turn. When Rageborne unleashes, it gains 1 Fury token. Aha! So it doesn't just happen with 4 or more. It just happens when a card says, do it. Which... I wish I could see that deck. I can't see the deck. I can see the discard, but not the deck. Okay. Destroy you. There we go. Yay! Okay, now do those 2. And now... Well, I guess it doesn't matter. These are gem. I can actually open that. But I also have 7. Which is Burning Opal and Jade again. Or I could do, like, Focusing Orb and Spectral Echo. Since we opened this up, we can now get more spells. Oh look, Planar Insight. Deal 1 additional damage for each of your opened breaches. That will be expensive, though. Deal 3 damage. You may discard a card in hand. If you do, any player gains 1 life. While prepped, during your main phase, you may spend 2 ether to cast any player's prepped spell. That's actually interesting, because I could prep a spell and then use it immediately. So... I just want to... Whoop. Nope, that's not what... Send feedback. I love you, John! That was not what I wanted to do. I just want to see... So casting a spell... So when you cast the prepped spell, it gets discarded. When the spell is cast, it is discarded to the top of your discard pile immediately. Any spell cast from an open breach with this effect deals 1 additional damage, even if that spell's effect would normally not deal damage. Okay. So it's not just a +1 to damage, it's just a +1 with this thing. Okay. Does that mean that damage is dealt, like, 1 at a time? So if I'm dealing 2 damage, could I spread that 2 damage around? That spell can only deal damage to a single minion or a nemesis unless otherwise specified. Okay. Got it. Okay, so... 7. I guess I could have played the Burning Opal first. And then I could draw a card, which will also offset everything. But that's okay. Anyway, that deals 4 damage. This deals 2 damage plus 1 additional, which is currently equivalent to 4, but can go up to 6. Plus 1. Deal 3 damage and discard to gain 1 life. Or deal 2 damage, and you may destroy a card. And destroying cards allows you to focus your deck down, and is a very powerful effect, from what I remember of Dominion. But I'm gonna go and take this, because I want it. And someday I will consider doing other things, I guess. Drag to the discard. So currently 8 plus 2 is 10, so this, I'm just gonna put those down there. Unleash. If there are 2 Nemesis turn order cards in the turn order discard pile, unleash 2 more times. Well, that's terrible. If there are 2 Nemesis turn order cards in the turn order discard pile. What's the turn order discard pile? Is that just like showing, like, is it essentially the face up things there? Is that what's going on? Yeah, whatever. Okay, take that. Yeah. Yeah, you're not very rich in ether. I'll give you more ether. And oh yeah. Oh no, we do have spells now. Okay, that's gonna offset things a bit. No, it's not actually. Never mind. It's not. Hello, it's my turn again. Gem. Or, oh, spells first. Right. Okay. 7 + 1. I can buy 2 of these. Do I already have 2? I already have 2. That's okay. Cast any player's prepped spell without discarding it, then cast that prepped spell again, discard it afterwards. So this would activate a spell twice. At the cost of 8 ether. But it can also do that thing where you cast it immediately. You prepare and you cast. Okay, 14. First card I discard is going to be drawn. So 1 damage, 1 damage, 2 diamond clusters. So I'll have 6 ether. I will not be able to afford an open, but that's probably too tall of an order. So that's 6. That gains charges for free. I don't really know. Let's do that one because I'm not sure. Surprise! It's Mist's turn. Okay. Spell. This is less expensive to open. And we have no special effects here. 6 ether. Did we already get... We already got one of the wildfire whips. I have to be careful because when I start buying other things, my deck gets a little more diluted. So I had a turn of 5 gems. There's 3 more to draw there. Then I'm going to draw 2 spells. So my next turn, I'm going to have 3 ether and 2 spells. Which I guess I could use here. I would not be able to charge this fully even if I throw ether into here. Any ally draws 4 cards. I mean, that will give me more actions, right? Because it's not, I mean, actions. It's not Dominion. There's no actions. There's no action phase, buy phase, cleanup phase. Decisions. Well, all right, so currently I'm drawing these 3 and then 2 more, then I'm drawing 5 and I'm getting those 5. So what I would be buying here, I'm not seeing for 4 more turns. Maybe I'll just charge. There we go. Yeah. And I don't think this order matters. I mean, it will if I draw 4 cards, then everything's offset. So it does matter. All right. So we start with Jian. So let's play our best cards. Okay, yeah, and you draw 2/5, so got it. And there we are. While prepped, during your main phase, you may spend 2 ether to cast any player's prepped spell. Some spells have a special ability while they are prepped. In this case, Wildfire Whip lets you cast any spell, including itself or other mage's spells, by casting or spending 2 ether. Woo! Now I can cast anything. I don't think there's a reason to, though, because, like, it doesn't matter if I do it now or Jian's turn. It could matter if I have, like, 3 spells and I want to cast 1, but I don't. I have 3 ether. I could buy another Spectral Echo. Actually, if I buy Spectral Echoes and I use Spectral Echoes to destroy sparks, that would make my spells a bit more focused, right? Right? And also, destroying cards means I can get rid of the weaker cards. So I'm going to do that. You may destroy a card in hand. I can destroy my Spark or Crystal, which only gives me 1 ether. Which gives me not really... like, these are like the Copper of Dominion, where they're fine to start with, but then when you have silvers and golds, you don't want to draw copper because that's less good of a card. So let's do that. Now... I can get you to draw a second diamond cluster if I play Burning Opal and discard a crystal or a spark or a jade. Consider both your hand and deck when deciding what to destroy. Yeah. Because, like, I don't want to just destroy cards willy-nilly. I need to consider the density of my deck. Currently, my deck is very gem-heavy. Which is fine, but I would want to get rid of the crystals. Yeah, we came to the same conclusion. Alright, so let's destroy a crystal. You have the opportunity to destroy a card, which removes it from the game entirely. This is good for removing weak cards like Spark and Crystal from your deck. Click a card to destroy it. Yes. We destroyed a card! Okay. So, let's start here. I need to hold on to the diamond cluster if I want to actually gain a second 2 ether from the diamond that I will draw. So 2, 4, 6, 9. I could buy 2 more diamond clusters with that. But our deck's still gem heavy, right? And I already have like 4 diamond clusters, so I don't really want to buy more of those. We probably want to consider other things. So we can get better spells. So let's get another Spectral Echo because I can destroy more cards. And then I can get, I don't know, Planar Insight? Mage's Talisman? recharges means we can do these actions more often. So let's discard that. I guess this plays into like a decision here. So I could have thought about that a little better, I guess, but that's fine. Wait. Oh, any ally. Shoot. Darn. Phrasing. Can I undo? I can. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. I'm going to do that anyway. Oh, I guess it's, yeah, I can't undo. I was like, can I undo if I just gained information? The answer is I didn't actually gain information because I already knew the deck orders. Yeah, because this game's cool. All right, 7. So I could do Spectral Echo still and then get Focusing Orb, which will give us more breaches, but we don't have the spells to support that. I could get the Mage's Talisman and I can charge, but then I still don't have spells. But, oh, let's take Spectral Echo and that. Yeah. And this does not matter currently. I mean, I keep saying that, but it is going to matter. It is going to matter. Oh boy. So, discarding, spend 7 ether, 2 turn power, unleash. Any player suffers 1 damage. That player suffers 1 additional damage for each Fury token Rageborne has. Okay. And then that will make that 4 and then stuff. Okay, so deal 4 damage. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Order did matter. No, it doesn't. I keep saying it doesn't matter. I keep saying, I gotta get out of the mentality of this doesn't matter. I should look at basically like what cards are next to this card. So currently it's 3 terrible gems. Okay. Well, yeah, we'll do that. So I have 3, 5, 7, which is enough to discard that. And I could gain 1 ether or cast any player's prepped spell, but that does me no good. So I could discard that to have Jian draw Moonstone Shard, which is something. Because we have no spells prepped right now. Unless I prep this, but it's not really useful when there's nothing to hit other than this guy, and I might as well do that during my cast phase anyway. Cool. Okay, so 11 cards. You're not going to see Burning Opal for a while. Although we could, or any ally draws 4 cards, so that's only Jian, so not missed directly. So gain 1 ether or cast any player's prepped spell. Let's put Burning Opal on top. There. Cauterizer. When damage is dealt to this minion, reduce that damage to 1. Persistent. Any player does things with words. Okay. Any player suffers damage equal to this minion's current life. And hey, by the way, that happened immediately because Nemesis turn orders. Persistent. Gravehold suffers 2 damage. Oh boy, and you have 11 HP. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, so I have 3 diamond clusters. Kind of want to hold on to that one then, unless there's a reason to save it, but I have 6 ether. I could charge this, which would let me cast the prepped spell twice. I could get the Wildfire Whip. I could focus, but I don't have anything to put in there. So, oh yeah, if you focus something, it only can be, you can only put spells in there that were focused on this turn. Now, if I play all my gems, I would have 9. Which will let me open this. I still have 5 in the supply? Really? I should buy more of those. I should buy more of those. Focus also oh! Oh. Haha! Did not realize that. Focus a breach. Ah. I guess that was pointed out somewhere. I just want to see. Not that I don't think you're wrong. I just want to see what the actual open cost. Okay, you may open or focus breaches in any order. It doesn't say it there. Okay, but I could focus. Where does it? Where would it say it? I guess it's indicated by how open this is. I guess. So if I do that, yeah, now that's 7. I can focus it again to make it 5. Okay. So I was avoiding doing any of that unless I had a spell to put there. But I guess I should be considering doing that because that will let me cast more spells. That might be good feedback that the digital version doesn't make it obvious. You're listening to my dulce tones. I assume that's dulce. I don't know how to pronounce that. Hi, Migrant P. We just had feedback that it doesn't make it obvious that focusing reduces the open cost. Although it does say here when you can open a breach by clicking the button above the breach to pay the open cost. The open cost decreases each time you focus the breach. Open breaches stay open for the rest of the game. A spell can be prepped to a breach on the turn that breach is opened in any subsequent turn. A breach that is almost ready to open, that is, has an open button but not a focus button, can be opened by an effect that would otherwise focus the breach. Okay, so this relic here... Oh, no, sorry, just kidding. Just kidding. Focusing orb. Focus any player's breach. Lets me do that for free instead of spending 3 or 4 ether. Alright, so I'm just going to back up a bit, because I'm not sure if I was going to focus that twice, but because we still have this, so I could play this, focus once, purchase that. I don't want to play the other one, although I guess my second one is pretty far away. Where's the other one, actually? Didn't I have another one somewhere? Or, wait, where's my... I have 2 diamond clusters there. I have 1 in hand. Oh, there's the other one. Yeah, somehow I got those separated, which is kind of bad because I'm not going to see it for another, like, 4 turns. So I'm just going to play it just to get it out of my hand because I don't want to just keep holding on to it and drawing 4 cards. So now I have 2 ether. I could throw that into this Yeah. Okay. So let's keep the diamond clusters together then, right? So either I discard those 3 first, or I discard Moonstone Shard first. And we have focus any player's breach there. So let's put those first. And someday I'll figure out what the better order is. It's missed. Okay. Well. This is going to be fun. Oh, right, we have spells. Let me damage you because you're going to hurt us a lot. And then that. All right, we have 5. I can open this. But I don't have the spells to support that. So I should purchase more spells. Or I can charge twice and have Jian draw 4 cards. Which will give her 3 spells. But she wouldn't be able to open it, right? 1, 2, 4, 6, 7. I can't see how much that will cost. So I kind of want more spells, don't I? Let's do Essence Thief. Let's put the better gem first. Okay, we're gonna have 2 consecutive Nemesis turns. Actually, we could have 4 consecutive Nemesis turns. That's not good. What's also not good is I have only gems here, but I can get rid of you. And you are gonna make Gravehold suffer 2 damage twice, which is sad, but we'll attack you. 44 HP versus 11. I kind of just want to attack Rageborne directly, but that's okay. All right, gem, 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 gem. Oh, sorry, I forgot there was enough. Okay. For some reason, I thought that was all Mist and Jian. It's been a long week, by the way. Just so we're... Can I complain about my life for a second? Not complain, but... I teach 6 classes this semester, which has been pretty overwhelming, not gonna lie. And 5 of those classes had tests this week. Now, 2 of those tests were written by someone else. I just had to proctor it, but I also had to grade it. 3 of those tests, well, 2 of them were a shared test, so I only had to write that test once. But still, I had 5 tests this week that I had to prepare for, and my days have been going from 8 a.m. until 8 p.m. for the past 4 days. So I am surprisingly coherent for working 12-hour days the past 4 days. Okay, we have 7. If I do this, I can cast any player's prepped spell without discarding it, then I can cast it again. So I could cast Spectral Echo twice. I would not destroy a card in hand, though. But if I actually take back one of these, I would still be able to do that. If I take back a second one, I could actually destroy both of these gems, because Jian is very gem heavy. So we can get rid of the useless crystals. I shouldn't say useless, the bad crystals, the weak was the word, weak crystals, and cast that twice. Your ability is fully charged. Click the circular charge button to use the ability at the appropriate time or save it for later. You cannot gain more charges until you've used your ability, which loses all charges. Wait, what is that? Cast any player's prepped spell. Ah, so I have to actually do that. There we go. Then I have to do it again. Okay. Cool. Making my deck a little better. See, what took me a while to learn in Dominion, and I still am really bad at, is that having a big deck is not good. You actually would rather have a very thin deck with good cards in it than a bloated deck with all kinds of cards, even if those cards are good cards. If your deck is bloated, you have no control over it. Now, at Aeon's End, of course, you have control over your deck order. And certainly that influences, like, what you play and what you discard and what you hoard. So, while prepped, I may spend 2 ether to cast any player's prepped spell, deal 4 damage. Unless you're playing a Gardens deck. Oh. Yes, I know what you're talking about. Because you want to have a bloated deck, because for every X cards, it counts as 1 victory point. Yes, yes, yes. I've not actually played Dominion in a while, though. But the last few times I played it, I realized I was really bad at it. Okay, so I can't... Or no, I could. I can spend 2 ether. I could spend 2 gems to cast this immediately. It's not going to get rid of Needle Maw before the next Nemesis turn, though. So it's probably not worth doing that, since it's not going to take it out even by Mist's next turn. So I might spend this 3 ether to focus and then put these spells in. Not that that order mattered at all, but that's what I'm doing. Unleash twice. Wow. Beautiful. Player with most prep spells discards their most expensive spell. Gravehold suffers 5 damage. Yeah, the cards are not inherently useless, but like crystals, which you start the game with, are fine when you're starting the game, but not as fine when you're, you know, you have better cards. You'd rather draw those cards. Okay. By the way, I have 4 spells. How did this happen? That's not... I guess I could hold on to spells, though. I mean, I have to. And actually, I could play those 2 spells. I can keep my 2 sparks, and then I can use the Spectral Echoes to destroy the sparks, although that doesn't help with our gem-heavy deck. We also have 1 gem that I can't use. I'm currently going to draw 2 cards, and that's going to be Focusing Orb and Jade. And the Focusing Orb gives me a focus, or destroy it to have Gravehold regain 3 life, which it is down to half of its health, by the way. September 30th on iPad and Android tablets, says John. Also going to draw Jade, so... Yeah, my spells and my gems are not really in a good order here. Looks like Lude sucks at deck stacking. So... I kind of want to get rid of Crystal that would get replaced with Diamond Cluster, which is actually not too far away from the other Diamond Clusters. Yeah, I'm just going to do that just so I can do that. And now it's my turn again. Okay, do that. Yeah, I'm just going to get rid of my spells. And then I'm going to have to start considering buying more spells. But I can focus any player's breach. Is this going to open if I do that? Do you have 3 spells? Do you need that opened right now? You have only a spark. I gotta start buying spells. It will open and it does +1 damage. Yeah, so I guess that would make the spark better. So I'm gonna focus that. Yay, it's opened! And now we have 4. I gotta start buying spells. I'm just gonna get spells. Alright, so let's focus on the order. We have 3 spells in a row there. Okay, so that makes me very unhappy. Oh, I played my diamond cluster. I kind of didn't want to do that. Oh well, I can at least put it closer to the top. So it's Spectral Echo, Spectral Echo, Spectral Echo. I don't think I thought about this too well. I'm gonna put Ether and then Relic, and then I will try to keep all of my things close. To discard, lose 4 charges, power 2, unleash 4 times. Player with the lowest life suffers 2 damage, or any player discards a prep spell that costs 3 ether or more. Wow, someone didn't shuffle that well. Just kidding. That doesn't make sense. That never makes sense. Okay, well, it's going to be a missed turn twice. Lose 4 charges. So I'd have to charge this up once more and then lose it all. Actually, if I'm going to use Stat Spark, I should probably not hit that minion with it because I'm going to get a +1 on there. So that would go there. And my turn's coming next anyway, so I don't need to cast any player's prepped spell. Discard a card in hand to have an ally draw a card, which would be Moonstone Shard. Okay, so I need to charge once to get rid of this. So let me do that. Yay! Let me do this, discard that, play that. And we gotta get more spells, right? We have 5. Sure. Life is good. Life is good. And we're gonna have to consider destroying relics to heal up the Gravehold when it's at 14. I have not damaged this guy in a long time. I should probably damage him soon. I need to get more spells. Spells is what deals damage. I've not been doing that. We need to deal damage. Okay, spell, gem, spell. So let's put the most useful one immediately. Oh my god, it's my turn again. No way. Okay. Let's put that one there. I could hit the one that says play all gems, I guess. That would be too easy. So focusing orb focuses any player's breach. Once everything's focused, I could destroy it to gain 3 life. And I guess that's better than paying for focus, because that's 4 gems there, or 4 ether there, that's 4 ether, and it gets more expensive. But we need spells. Especially because you have 3 spell slots and we're not getting too many spells. So I'm just going to keep buying spells. So, spell. Oh, we'll just put the better gem on top. Wow, look at all those. Hi, it's my turn again. You may destroy a card in hand. Oh, I got to do this first. You may discard a card. Any player gains 1 life. Yes. Because that's, okay. Where's my cleansing downpour? Okay, let's. Oh wait, yeah. There's another one. Yeah. I need. Yeah. Oh boy. Oh, we also ran out of those things. Okay. Nope, that's not where I wanted that. Okay, 3. I can't really do much with 3. I don't want to buy Jades. That doesn't really improve my deck a lot, so let's focus. Yeah. Oh my god, it's my 4th consecutive turn in a row. As well take this guy out. So that's actually pretty good. We got rid of that guy. Woohoo! We did something! Yeah! And I can destroy... That's the unique card. Kind of. I have 3 spells. I would like to play 3 spells. Like, I mean, I could destroy Spark. It's only going to deal 1 damage, but, I mean, that's also 1 more damage than if I don't play it. I have 3 spell slots. So I kind of don't want to destroy a card. Because Garnet Shard does allow me to cast a spell immediately. And that's a powerful effect. Which I could also do with Wildfire Whip. But I'm going to skip this. But Loon, you need to keep your deck thin. You should always destroy cards, even if they're good cards, because it keeps your deck thin. Does it matter which one goes in here if it's only +1 damage? You would draw a Spark. You have no things prepped. But you would be able to play Burning Opal. And discard that thing. You're also not going to get a turn for a while now. But you have 3 Jades, a Spectral Echo, a Spark. But if I have you draw that crystal, then you'd be able to destroy it. Or no, you wouldn't be able to destroy it because you won't be able to do that thing just yet. Although you could use Essence Thief. So... But if I play these 2, I would... Or I guess I'll just start there. But if I play those 2, I'd have 4. I could charge twice, or I could get a Focusing Orb. I'll get a Focusing Orb. Or no, wait, no, I'll just discard it. That's... Okay. Gravehold suffers 3 damage or unleash twice. Ew. Ew! Because if you unleash twice, then your Fury thing happens. Which means that we do a strike. Which... is probably going to do a worse effect than just dealing 3 damage. But it would drop the Fury down to 1. So I'm going to just do the 3 damage. Or you could just do this. Okay. This is literally... Oh no, it's not even an orb. Place Venomite back into play. I think that's better. Welcome back, Venomite. I missed you. I missed you. Okay. Am I gonna draw the other one? No. $11. So we need more spells. So I'm gonna get that. And that's starting to get pretty good. I mean, that's probably equivalent to this still in terms of damage. 5, 3, 3. Yeah, planar. Nope, can't afford it. Just kidding. 5. There. So spell. Let's put those two together, and then others. This is quality TV. All right. Spell. Four plus 1. 3, 1. I can take out Scorn. Do we have a max HP? I gotta attack this guy at some point. He's at. I don't think I've attacked him in the past hour. All right, those. And I'm just gonna keep getting spells. Okay, we have 3 spells. I can focus and then I can put a spell in there. Aha! 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 Running out the deck is a viable strategy. You are correct. We do have 10 cards, so we're not really... Yeah, I forgot about that. If this deck empties, we lose the game, or win the game. We win the game. Right, all right. Game end. You are victorious. If any of the following conditions are true, the Nemesis has no cards in its deck and no minions or powers in play at the end of any turn. The Nemesis is 0 life. Okay. Cool. All right, spell gem. So I'm gonna put the relic there. Discard a prepped spell that costs 3 ether or more or suffer 2 damage. I feel like since we started with 12, we're doing okay with HP. So I'm gonna take the 2 damage. Gravehold suffers 4 damage, and the player with the lowest life suffers 4 damage, or shuffle all of the Nemesis turn order cards. Can I read that? Shuffle all of the Nemesis turn order cards into the turn order deck. So basically have another turn. See, 4 damage to Gravehold is not good for running out the deck. So if I do that, yeah, that does that. Okay. That gives him another turn, but that means he'll get another card play, which is sort of okay. Okay, so this does not have a +1. This will still do 2 damage. I can deal 3 damage and prep the wildfire, or I can prep Essence Theft, I can prep Wildfire Whip, and then I could play Diamond Cluster and then spend the 2 ether to cast Essence Theft immediately. So I don't want to deal, and I'm not going to destroy these. Then I can damage you. Yeah! I damaged Grand Warlord boss. I mean, the Rageborne. Okay. So that. Drag a spell from the breach to an enemy to cast it. There we go. See? Since I've stopped buying crystals, Moonstone Shard is roughly equal to a crystal now. Where are crystals? Yeah. I mean, I assume you mean gems. Yeah, it's basically a gem, because, yeah. But I wanted to hold on to that for a very important reason, and that reason is that I did not have a very good reason for that, because I can't afford anything with it anyway, so I might as well get rid of it. Well, I can't buy crystals, can I? Can I buy crystals? Hmm. Well, yeah, let's destroy that. You said since I've stopped buying crystals, which is what got me confused, because crystals are... Yeah, I know crystals are the basic cards, but I can't buy crystals anyway, so you misspoke there. Okay. Okay, so you did mean what I thought you meant. Okay. Oh, I screwed that up. I did not want to do the 2 damage on that guy. You realized what I realized a second ago. Okay. So then I do these things, and then that. I'm losing the life effect, but that's okay. I now have 4. Which I want to get these because I can heal Gravehold with this, or focus with it. Unleash twice. The player with the most open breaches destroys 4 cards in hand or suffers 4 damage. Ouch. But that goes to Mist, who has 10 HP. I'm going to... I mean, destroy is not a terrible effect, right? Right. We have Crystal, we have Crystal, we have Crystal, and we have Spark. Isn't that 4 cards that I don't want? Also 5 damage. Ouch. And then we have a Nemesis turn next. Okay. And I can't really do anything about that Nemesis turn, but... Oh, yeah. No, I'm not going to do that. Okay, to discard, spend 8 ether, power 2, Rageborne strikes twice. Okay, yep, that's not good. 8 ether is a lot. And I can't do anything about that right now because I don't have enough. And I don't have a... Or no, I'm discarding it. Yeah, this is the discard effect. You would draw Wildfire Whip, which you have only 1 spell, and that's Spark. So I should discard for that because I don't think... I don't know. I don't know. What is this? Deal 4 damage. That doesn't help me. Destroy a card in hand. I don't know. I don't know. Any player places their discard pile on top of their deck, shuffles it, and then destroys the top 4 cards of their deck, then unleash twice. Oh, that's annoying. I mean, destroy is, yeah, destroy. It's just the annoying thing is that we would have no control over the destruction. We already destroyed 4 mist cards. This card punishes thin decks. What? I mean, Jian is the most likely to destroy useless cards, right? Right? We destroyed that ourselves. So Jade and Diamond Cluster got destroyed. And it looks like we got rid of some more things. Yeah! Yeah! Worst part is it shuffles your deck. Oh yeah, I don't know! I don't know what my deck is now! Oh boy! Okay, we can still afford. Okay, that's good. That's cool. Now that Gravehold is at 6 life. Can it survive? We're gonna get one more Nemesis turn. I'm going to pretend like we're gonna survive, and then when I lose, I will realize that 6 life is pretty precarious, right? I'm gonna focus and open up that. Yeah, yeah. And now I have 9. I can activate this and then use this and deal 4 damage twice. No, 5 damage twice. Put him down to 17. Yeah. No, just kidding. I have to click the button. Okay. Right. So I think that's just what I'm gonna do now. I'm just gonna do that and hope for the best. Because if I get him, hey, look, it's my turn again. That sure. I could put all 4 spells in. So let's put the one that does the most damage in the damage booster. Okay, you're not gonna have a turn for a while. We're gonna get a mist turn and then a Graveborne turn. Graveborne? Rageborne. I had a word in mind. Deal 1 damage, gain 1, regain life, deal 4 damage. While prepped, I may cast 2 ether to cast any player's prepped spell. Okay, I just want to see inner insight. I just want to see. I'm not going to do this, by the way, because I can't afford it. Never mind. I was going to spend 2 ether, but I don't have gems. Graveborne and Ragehold. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I can't do. I have 4 spells. I have 3 slots. I can't focus. I don't have enough gems to do anything. But I might as well actually no, because that's a spell. Damn it. Well, okay, I'm just gonna put those there. And I will play this to get rid of it. The player with the lowest life suffers 2 damage. Oh yeah, because we had that thing. I totally forgot to do that. Uh-oh. I forgot to do that. Uh-oh. Power 1. That's not a good one. Okay. Well, I can still do this. Okay. Oh, the discard effect. Which was what again? Discard to regain life. We're not in a dangerous player life situation here. We are in a dangerous gravehold situation. I don't want to discard. Stop that. Play all the gems. Any ally draws 4 cards. Well, you would draw spell, relic, gem. Do you have things that let you... Oh, you could do this thing. If I give you enough gems, which you don't... You would have 2 diamond clusters. That could have killed Ragehold. And I can't do anything about that right now. I can only do this. I have 6. Yeah, there's not really... I'm just gonna do this and do that and then that. The game's ending soon. One way or another. Oh yeah, by the way. Again! I'm forgetting about this because I'm too focused on other things. Although I don't think I could have afforded it anyway because I had 6. Okay, well, Mist will suffer. Unleash twice. Gravehold suffers 4 damage. Well, it still has 2 hit points. And we have that power now, which, so the good news is there's no more Nemesis turns in this round. To discard, destroy 2 prep spells that each cost 3 ether or more, power 1, unleash 3 times. And that will make you rage, which will play a strike, which will probably damage Gravehold. So that's dangerous. But we do have 2 Jian turns, and yeah. And you are doing 2, 4, 8, 11, no, 10 damage. And you'll be down to 3. Okay. Okay. Remember when I was struggling to damage you? I'm starting to get control here. Now, I might not actually want to... Do I have a better spell? Deal 4 damage. Yeah, I have better spells. Yes, that I do. Power was out for almost exactly 1 hour. Okay, so I'm not going to do any of these things. We'll win this turn. I think. I have to have 6 ether. But we can do it. Well, that. Which, doesn't open it. But it doesn't matter because that goes there. Oh, I could open it. Yeah! Doesn't do me any better, but hey, I have that, and that, and that, that, and that. Now I have things prepped. I actually have 2 of these prepped. Oh my gosh. So I can actually spend 2 ether to cast a prep spell, or I can spend 6 ether to cast a prep spell without spending thing. Yeah. And then let's actually do that so I do the right thing. Yeah, and I got achievements. Breach Mage Pupil unlocked. Achievement progress. Breach Mage Leader 1 out of 8. Breach Mage Leader 2 out of 8. Breach Mage Adept 1 out of 4. I don't know if those are appearing on screen. I think because the one deck dungeon ones didn't appear. But those were the achievements that I unlocked and made progress on. Congratulations, you have destroyed Rageborne. Gravehold still stands for now. Woo! I won my first game! Won my first game! Better than one deck dungeon where I lost, but I almost won. Cool. It's 8:50. So I don't think I'm gonna start a second game here. Because it's been a long week, so I'm fine with ending the stream a little short, but share? Screenshot saved to Steam library. Oh, and if you hover over, it gives their HP totals. Does it give you that one? No, it doesn't. They're part of the Steam overlay and not part of the game itself, so yeah, they're not streamed. Okay. So, interesting. I do kind of want to figure out how to get it displayed for, you know, achievement hunting in one deck dungeon and eventually Aeon's End, but it's not a big deal right now. Statistics. Hey, this looks like the same format as one deck dungeon. Jian record. This game won all time 1-0. Look, flawless. I'm using OBS and I'm using game capture, so it's capturing this game. To be fair, losing on one deck dungeon means you still get some kind of progress. Losing here is both unproductive and incredibly likely, but you done good. I wouldn't say it's unproductive. I learned a lot about the game in this stream. For instance, I learned how to spell ether. Okay, so global 380 out of 48. Missed record, global 299 out of 436. So fewer people played missed. Rageborne record 474 to 437. Damage taken by mages 40,000. Damage taken by Gravehold 52,000. Damage taken by enemies. Why is these two numbers not equal? 108 versus 124. Is that an undo thing? Can I just build this statistic up by doing damage and then hitting undo, and then doing damage and then hitting undo? Because this is definitely my first and only game of Aeon's End, so I don't know why there's numbers there. I used 3 abilities. With game capture, you can capture third-party overlays. Okay. Okay. Actually, let me try that out right now. Capture third-party overlays. Did that just... No, it didn't. So now, if I do this... Yeah! Yeah! That works a lot better. Yeah! Cool. I did not actually notice that. I'm just kind of looking at the other options. So if people like, you can see my friends list actually, and these are some real life friends, but that's fine. Let's get rid of that. So yeah, so the achievements we got: follow Brahma's teachings and complete the tutorial. You probably can't read that at all, can you? It's so small because I'm playing on a 2560 by 1440 resolution, so and I'm also just streaming to a 1920 by 1080 resolution. I remember. Yeah. Cool. All right. So now I have that. That's now distracting me. I enabled my preview again. All right, so main menu. I just want to check out this screen because we definitely didn't check out this at all. So choose 1 to 4 mages. Cool. I presume that eventually there's going to be multiplayer in this game. Like Sentinels, I imagine, because I know it is a multiplayer game. I was originally going to learn this game with friends in real life, but then that didn't pan out. So these are all the mages. Jian starts with 2 opened breaches, but 1 that's fully closed and 1 that's slightly open. Yeah, so they all have different amounts of initialness Fedrexa does not have a 1 breach. Huh. Aspect's Rune. Activate immediately after a turn order card is drawn. Prevent any damage that the players or Gravehold would suffer during that turn. Okay, so... Well, I would have to get that charged. Allies collectively gain 4 charges, reveal the turn order deck, and return the revealed cards in any order. Ooh. Ooh. Interesting. Oh, and also you have a starting deck and starting hand. Ah. Gain 1 ether. Any ally may draw a card and then discard a card in hand. Interesting. So 6 gems, 4 spells, 7 gems, 3 spells, 8 gems, 2 spells, 8 gems, 2 spells. When a nemesis attack or power card is drawn, but before it is resolved, you may discard it. It has no effect. The nemesis does not draw a replacement card. Wow. Okay. I like that. That makes you avoid having to deal with the powers. Ho 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 ho! Anything goes. Balanced. Oh, so these are... Oh, I see. Okay. Are these like... Okay, so that affects random. Wait, so... I can actually change these? Oh, yeah. Yeah. So I could make these be all gems and make this a pretty silly game. Or wait, how would I... How would I change this from Relic Any to Spell Any? Is there a way to do that, or is that just fixed by things? I'm kind of just playing around with this to kind of see, get a general gist of this game. Carapace Queen. Unleash. Place 2 husks into play. Each husk is a minion that has 1 life. When a husk is placed into play, it goes in the next available space on the husk track. When a player deals damage to a husk, that player may suffer 1 damage to distribute the damage dealt over multiple husks. When Carapace Queen has 15 husks in play and must place another into play, Gravehold suffers 1 damage instead. When Carapace Queen swarms, the swarm effect based on the number of husks in play is resolved. Okay. The setups are the market cards that come with the base. Eventually, you can make an all gems play. Okay. Eventually being the key word. Eventually. Let's just put... Or, oh, we can't even... I see. We can't even do it right now because there's not enough gems. Haha! I see. Yeah, we're out of gems. We're forced to do something else. Now, I'm not saying this is any kind of game that you would want to play, but you could set this up if you wanted. So what were the other gems? Let's just take a look at the gems. I'm not going to look at the other things. Clouded Sapphire. Gain 3 ether. If this is the first time you have played Clouded Sapphire this turn, any ally gains 1 charge. Nice. We saw those 3. Searing Rupee, gain 2 ether, gain an additional ether that can only be used to gain a spell. Hey, that kind of sounds like oh, one of the uniques, that's what it was. Sifter's Pearl, gain 2 ether, each player reveals the top card of their deck and either discards it or returns it to the top of their deck. Well, that does bypass the whole I shuffled my deck mechanic. There's a card library screen too. Really? Where am I looking? Oh, I have to click the arrow? No. Oh. Oh, it's actually giving me the individual characters, player cards, basic nemesis cards. So all nemesis share a deck. So like Needle Maw, I will see in most games, especially if I try to burn the deck out. Oh, these are okay. I was looking for individual gem cards, but I see. Okay, and I kind of like this because we get the flavor text too. When you gain this, you may place it on top of your deck. Gain 2 ether. Oh. There's at least 1 husk in play. Prevent all damage dealt to this minion. Persistent. Place a husk in the play. Oh, okay. So I was wondering, like, the strike word that Rageborne had. Okay. So Fury's not an overall mechanic. It's just a Rageborne mechanic. But Unleash is a common mechanic. And then there's corruptions for the Crooked Mask. When a corruption is destroyed, it is placed on the bottom of the corruption deck. When a player would gain a corruption and the corruption deck is empty, Gravehold suffers 2 damage instead. At the start of each player's turn, before that player's casting the phase, that player resolves all corruptions in their hand in any order. At the end of each player's main phase, that player resolves all corruptions they drew during their turn. Corruptions may not be played at any other time. When a player gains a corruption, that player may not look at the corruption unless it is placed in their hand. Unleash. Any player gains a corruption and places it on top of their deck. That player shuffles their discard. Oh boy! Oh boy! There goes deck manipulation. You always see a Nemesis unique cards in the deck, and the rest of the deck uses. Okay. So when I was seeing the deck in the game, I could have known whether the next card coming up was a common card or a unique card. Any player focuses a breach. What? They have the same back. Oh. Wait, what? They all have the same back, so I was just kidding about you can see it. Never mind. Just kidding. Just kidding. Okay, so that's weird. So a lot of these things weird. They have positive and negative effects. Corruption. But you can figure it out at certain points, but not in general. Okay. Ooh, any player gains 4 life. If you know that the Nemesis specific card is the last in tier 1 because all the other tier 1s have been played. What's tier 1? What am I missing here with tiers? Trying to find the word tier. The Nemesis deck is constructed at the beginning of each game from a mixture of basic Nemesis cards that can be used in any Nemesis deck and a number of unique cards that are only used with that particular Nemesis. Oh, right, yeah. Wait. It will never attack you in exactly the same way twice. What does that mean? Oh, because the deck's different. That's what that's saying. So overall, the Nemesis has different things. There are 3 tiers. Okay. There are 3 tiers of Nemesis cards. Okay. Tier 1 cards are less dangerous than Tier 2 cards, which are less dangerous than Tier 3 cards. Some unique Nemesis cards are marked as Tier 0. These cards are covered in the additional rules section of the Nemesis to which they belong. Okay. Okay. That was not explained in the tutorial. Choose a Nemesis. The Nemesis deck has 3 tiers of cards with increasing difficulty as the game progresses. Oh, I see. It consists of basic cards and Nemesis-specific cards. The Nemesis deck is never shuffled during the game. So it goes Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3. Beginner. Each Breach Mage starts the game with 12 life, 2 more. Gravehold starts with 35 life, 5 more. The Nemesis starts with 10 less life. Expert. The increased difficulty rules shown on the Nemesis mat are used. These rules may affect setup, unleash, or the additional rules section of that Nemesis. Extinction. The increased difficulty rules are used, and each Breach Mage starts the game with 8 life, 2 less. Gravehold starts with 25 life, 5 less. The Nemesis starts with 10 more life. Okay. Okay, so now just to look at, say, Rageborne. 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 0. Oh, right, the zeros are special cards. These were the strikes. Okay. I did see those numbers and I wondered what they meant. You always read the rules about how to play the full game when just playing the basic game too. Yeah, like, there's certainly different philosophies for learning games. And probably the one that's the least effective is to read through the manual from start to finish before you play your first game, because you're going to only retain like 10% of the information. Having a guided game like the tutorial that was in here. This tutorial is actually pretty good. I'm going to admit that. It was a really good tutorial. The real book is there so you can read everything you want. The tutorial is there to get you playing as quick as possible. Yeah. So the tutorial was really good at guiding me through the game, and I picked up a lot through that. And yeah, tutorials shouldn't teach every single minute detail about the game. That's for sure. I was only teasing about certain things. But yeah, so I know enough to play a basic game, and now I can start thinking about various extra mechanics, like the fact that there's Tier 1, Tier 2s, Tier 3s. So we certainly didn't see the Avatar of Wrath. Didn't see Onslaught. I think we did see Rolling Death, because we didn't spend the 8 ether and we struck twice. I don't know that we saw... Oh yeah, these are strikes now, which are separate. We definitely saw Scorn. Yeah, so we did see those cards. So that's so that makes it so that the earlier parts of the game are easier than the later parts of the game. After a while of playing, you'll know to prepare for certain cards. Why am I starting feeling Why am I suddenly starting to think of Slay the Spire? Unleash twice. Gravehold suffers 4 damage. Is that... I think we saw that, right? Yeah, we saw this one too. We saw Sunder. And we saw Reality Rupture. We saw Obliterate. And we were all like, hey, destroy 4 cards? Ah! Oh yeah, and then we saw Gather Darkness. We saw all these cards. Destroy a card in hand that costs 2 ether or more. What? That's so easy. It's so easy. The player with the most prep spells suffers 2 damage. Oh yeah, we saw that one. Spend 6 ethers, unleash twice. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Bleed Static is an important card to worry about in tier 1. Bleed Static. Bleed Static. Well, this is in alphabetical order. Yeah, Bleed Static. Power 3, the player with the most prepped spells suffers 2 damage. Yeah, right. We saw that one. There's no way to get rid of it, but you have 3 turns to prepare for it. And knowing you have to hit 7 and 8 ether for 2 T3 powers is useful. Yes. Yes, yes. Pulverizing Ray is not in the tutorial game. Wait, where's Pulverizing Ray? Ah. Gravehold suffers 3 damage, or any player discards a gem in hand. Repeat this 5 additional times. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, well, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this stream. It was fun, and it's nice to actually win my first game, although maybe the tutorial was guided to have you win. I don't know. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. Be sure to get Aeon's End if you have not already. If you kickstarted this game, you certainly have a Steam code waiting for you on BackerKit somewhere. And if you haven't, you can get the game yourself. It is available on Steam now. And it will be available on tablets on September 30th, I believe Migrant P pointed out earlier. So you can get that game then. You can also find Sentinels of the Multiverse, Bottom of the Ninth, and One Deck Dungeon, previous Handelabra products, available on Steam, iOS, and Android devices. If you're new to my stream, I stream Fridays at 7 p.m. If you're new to my stream on this channel on Handelabra Games, it is Fridays at 7 p.m. where we do strategery and focused strategery and frequently forget lots of effects along the way. But yeah, and Spirit Island is the next project, and since Aeon's End is now released, I presume that means that Spirit Island is in the works. And Migrant P will either confirm or deny that. But that was their next stated project, and that is nice to hear about it's coming up. But yeah, Aeon's End was released this week. It was in early access for the past several weeks / months. I don't know time anymore. I've lost all sense of time. But it is now available. It's version 1.0. All such great things. Be sure to buy the game and send feedback like you are totes awesome, smiley. And this is a feature. Suggestion, I have an idea. I have a thought. How about you guys remain as awesome as you are, smiley? Yeah, so check out the game and check out the future games, and also check out the other streams on this channel. Every Tuesday at 7 is Handelabra Live with John and sometimes Jeremy, and Jeremy was here this week for Aeon's End release and will be here next week after he's been sort of off frequently due to travel and stuff, but he'll be here next week, I believe, as well. Friday is Dolphin's Dive, as mentioned. Saturday at 8 p.m. is On Deck with Pirate Savvy and Dover. And Sunday at 7 p.m. is Tales from the Archive with another letdown. So, yeah, that's it. I think that's all I have really to say. See ya. That sounds like an awkward way to go away. Achievements, hello. We don't have music in here anywhere other than this screen, right? I can't just go to the card library. Or no, Gravehold, never mind. Gravehold's just a persistent thing. There was no environment turn, so it's just grave hole. Okay, well, goodbye.